Hello class, let's start chapter number 2 of our Civics, Government and Democracy. In this chapter, you will study about meaning of government, the need for government, function of government, democracy in India and its goals, representative democracy, people's participation. Meaning of government. The government of a country is its administrating organ. It is not a person but an institution that takes all types of political, economic, and other decisions to run a country and its people. In other words, it is a system by which people are governed. It also expresses the will of the state. The need of the government. We have learnt in the previous chapter that the people of India come from different races, religions, regions, caste, and speak different languages. In such a diverse society, different demands arise which are often in conflict with one another. Some people think that their problems are more important, so they should be solved first, whereas others think that their problems should be given on top priority. In such a conflicting situation, the positive attitude of live and let live is the best course to settle amicably the disputes and solve the problems. The democratic way of life based on equality, fraternity, and justice paves the way and prepares the citizen to mutually resolve the disputes arising out of the vested or varied interest. This is the picture of Rashtrapati Bhavan. Conflicting interests lead to misunderstandings, rigid stands, and sometimes clashes. Everywhere, in such a situation of discord and division, democratic attitude of adjustment and accommodation is the best way to settle the issues. That is why India opted to form democratic government. Functions of the government. The government of a country has various functions that it carries out for the well-being of its people. Some of them are as follows. Maintaining law and order. The government has to ensure safety of the people by maintaining law and order in the country. The court helps the government in performing this function. Providing basic facilities. The government provides basic facilities such as school, educational and training centers, supply, etc. so that people live a free life and work. Taking actions on social issues. The government has to take actions on a number of social issues like untouchability, child marriage, etc. Protecting the country's boundaries. The government has to take action to secure its boundaries from the enemies or enemy countries. Making law for everyone. Making law for the welfare of the country and its people is the first duty of the government of a country. Undertaking relief measures. The government has to take relief measures if the country or any part of it faces the emergency situation like epidemic, flood, earthquake, drought, etc. The government in its condition has to provide basic facilities to the people such as food, clothes, water, medicine and other contributions. Democracy in India. Democracy is not just a form of government, but it is also a way of life. It teaches us to provide equal opportunities to everyone without any discrimination. It makes us conscious about the protection of the old, the infirm, and children. It expects involvement of all members of the family or society in decision making. In democracy, everyone can share equal freedom in social, economic, and political fields. In case of conflicting interest, issues, and extreme approaches, harmony can be brought through tolerance and self-discipline. In this way, it strikes a balance in society. In a democracy, people are supreme. It is the people who give the government the power to make decisions and enforce law. They do this through elections in which electors vote for the government from a number of political parties. In fact, people vote for particular persons or candidates and elect them. These elected persons form government. In this system, the government is directly responsible for the people. It has to explain its actions and defend its decisions to the people. Do you know? Participation in democracy means people's participation in the decision-making process. Many times the question arises that when a large number of people are involved in taking a decision or reaching at a consensus, whose view should be accepted? In democracy, the opinion of the majority is accepted, but the opinion of minority is also respected. This is the image of people coming for vote on an election booth. Goals of democracy. It tries to solve all problems through discussion, persuasion, and compromise. There is no place for coercion and violence in democracy. Democracy stands for gradual changes in society in the social, economic, and political fields. Democracy aims at social, economic, and political equality. Democracy maintains harmony and balance in the society. It tries to root out authoritarianism and dictatorship. Democracy inculcates the habit of obeying the rules and regulations of the state. It helps in maintaining peace. It endeavors to solve the problems of poverty, hunger, illiteracy, and unemployment, the main causes of inequality in India. Representative democracy. India is a vast country. Direct participation of the people in the governance of the country is difficult. Therefore, a representative democracy is adopted in India. People elect their representatives who govern on their behalf. This means India is directly governed by the people through their elected representatives like municipal councillors, members of legislative assemblies, or members of parliament. India is the largest democracy in the world, governed by a democratic government. It is the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. The people of India have the power to govern their country through their elected representative, who take decision on behalf of people, make laws in the interest of the people, and work for their welfare. This is the image of preamble of Indian Constitution. People's participation. Participation of the people in the election process of the country at various levels is based on universal adult franchise, which means all the citizens of India who are 18 years of age or above are eligible to cast their votes irrespective of caste, color, creed, region, or religion. Right to vote and to elect representatives is given to all the adults without any discrimination. This right forms the very basic democratic governments at various levels in India. People's participation does not end after the elections. It is also to be seen when government is formed by the elected representatives. They closely watch the various developments of the government and criticize also. If required, they also guard their own rights and freedom given by the Indian Constitution. When the term of government at any level expires, which is 5 years in India, general elections are held. At this stage, people have to decide whether to elect some political party or candidate to rule or replace it. It is our moral duty that we use our right to vote judiciously. How do we govern ourselves? It is the government at different levels that organizes, supervises, and controls the activities around us. The government not only makes laws for all of us but executes them as well. In case some people break these laws, they are also punished. For good governance and smooth functioning of various departments, the duties and responsibilities are performed by the governments at different levels. The government at the national level works for the whole country and is called the central or union government. Government at the state level works with its own state territory. The lowest level of government is at the village level, which is also called the government at the grassroots level. Gram Panchayat comes under this category. People casting their vote. This is the image of Parliament House of India. Summing up, universal adult franchise. All the citizens of India who have attained the age of 18 years and above have the right to cast their votes. Preamble is the gist of our constitution. Democracy aims at social, economic, and political equality. Democracy is a way of life. Thank you, class. Now let's meet for the next chapter.